Hello friends, and welcome back to a video that I've been put off recording because I have so much to say. I wasn't really exactly sure how to organize my thoughts. So earlier this week, I left the alliance that I've been in for the last 14 months or so, Rogue Tech. If you've been a regular viewer of my channel, this probably doesn't come as much of a surprise to you, but regardless, I just wanted to put my perspective out there because it's really not just one thing that led me to this decision. So the biggest factor by far in me leaving is Alliance War. To put it plainly, I hate War. It's my least favorite game mode by leaps and bounds, and over the last several seasons it has drastically reduced my overall enjoyment of this game that we love. So why do I hate War? Well, lots of reasons, actually. So Alliance War is meant to support champion acquisition. You're rewarded shards per war per season. Contrast that to Alliance Quest, which supports champion ranking by rewarding catalysts and glory. In the AW tier that we finished in, you get 755 star shards for a win, or 200 for participation, and we got 10,000 for the season rewards. So that means even if you go 12-0 over the course of that month and change, you still only get enough shards for just over 2 5-star crystals. Now, that's absolutely more than you're going to get running the event quest every month, but when you factor in the effort, the resources, and the time necessary, it's pretty clear to me that the current rewards do not adequately support the goal of the game mode. In Rogue Tech, we were earning close to 5,000 glory per week from AQ, and to support Alliance War and now even the new Map 6, I was needing to devote 100% of that glory every week to purchasing Alliance potions. I keep a running amount in my stash over the inventory cap to avoid being caught low, because I hate spending units for Alliance modes. Glory is meant to supplement existing rewards with the resources that you need, but I'm unable to do that, and this has stymied my ability to rank up champions needed for other content. Next part of it is boosting, which to play Alliance War competitively is pretty much required. So during the season I do sometimes buy boosts with units, usually while holding my nose a bit. I try and double up the usage, so I'm not just boosting up for one fight in Alliance War. I try and do other content while I'm boosted so it doesn't feel like a complete waste. But having to boost 2 or 3 or even 4 times per war to ensure 0 deaths really leaves my supply depleted at the end of every season. And these boosts are very difficult to recover without spending, even during the off-season. We get 2 champion boosts per week from AQ, a medium health or medium attack boost once a week from an Alliance event, and any other boosts need to come from either the solo combat events, the questing unit packages, or real money offers. But perhaps the worst part about War is that it is ostensibly a required game mode for any alliance running Map 6 or Map 7. And this is because despite, being over 5 years into the game, the only meaningful source of loyalty is from playing Alliance War. Loyalty needs to be removed from the game completely, or at least as an AQ map cost, or we need to be given a way to farm it. You get 1,000 per day from the help button, and everything else comes from war, either the winning or losing a war outright, or the war crystals, which are in painful need of a rework. So I guess an unfortunate casualty of quitting Alliance War is also that I need to quit Alliance Quest, because I won't really have any way to pay for it going forward, at least not the higher maps. I think that War, more so than any other mode in the game, really favors those who pay over those who don't. And I'm not trying to rag on or judge the spenders because we need them to keep the game afloat, but for those who have the ability to buy every new champion, every new counter, every new fun and interactive defender, and then buy the offers for the resources necessary to rank them up, they are given an enormous advantage over players who prefer not to spend. I think that Alliance War as a competitive PvP game mode should be about skill, but really ever since seasons began, it seems to be less and less about it. Something that Brian Grant said in his Farewell to For Loki video, I think it was, has stuck with me since. He said that a lot of the time he feels like he's playing a completely different game than other players are at his level, and I think I really agree with that. The kind of sad part is that I don't really see any meaningful changes coming to Alliance War anytime soon, if ever. In fact, it seems like Kabam would rather double down on the game mode as it exists today. The map was redesigned, and now you have to boost more frequently, as I mentioned before. They buffed defense tactics and turned already difficult defenders into just potion sinkholes. And now they're going to offer, new and better potions, but only for units. So I guess if they can't make the game mode fun, they might as well just make it more profitable, right? There's a player in Rogue Tech now who said the other day that players who can't handle the stakes of war are weak, and maybe that's true. But for me, I'd rather focus on enjoying the parts of this game that I do like, rather than dealing with the pressure and the stress of the part that I really don't like. Which kind of brings me to the other big reason why I felt like it was time to leave, and that was my inability to focus on story content. So the majority of players get a single 24-hour period once a week where their full roster is available for working on whatever content they want. My roster is not even close to a point where it will provide me the ability to run a Q, a W, and do content that I really do want to work on, like Act 6 or Labyrinth or someday Abyss. This is especially true for Labyrinth, which I really am motivated to finish now that I kind of have all the counters that I require. A few weeks ago, I asked Dan from Frontline MCOC to offer like a shareable Google Calendar so that I could kind of plan around these small windows where I would actually be able to work on progression. But, with a wife and kids, it's difficult to really utilize that 24-hour period. I still haven't even made a first run at the 6.2 champion boss yet. And it's not because I lack the champions for it, it's just that I lack the time to go through it. So I think the final reason why I needed to leave is that I was feeling extremely burned out from my responsibilities as an officer in the Alliance. In my battle group, I managed AQ path assignments and I managed the defense. I tried to make it easy on myself as much as possible with lots of spreadsheets, of course, which shouldn't be surprising. But I think after a while, the babysitting and the tagging for people to move and directing people where to go just became really tiresome. It's incredibly difficult to get 10 players working together, and for a while, our battle group was, a finely tuned machine. But more recently, the Alliance, and really the battle group in particular, has kind of felt like a revolving door of players for various reasons. Players needing to be replaced for activity, or time zone concerns, or players needing to be shuffled around because they aren't meshing well with others, or the restructuring of battle groups because one ended up having too many of the better players. We had players retire. We had players quit the game outright, sometimes without notice. And as I watched many of the players that I had grown comfortable with, enjoyed playing with, enjoyed conversing with, all kind of leave one by one, I think maybe the Alliance felt a little smaller to me. So I've talked quite a bit about where I've been and not really about what's next. So on screen right now, you're watching me go ahead and leave Rogue Tech and head to my new home. It's a brand new Alliance where a bunch of other former Rogue Tech players and I are going to kind of hole up for a while and just enjoy the parts of the game that we like. I think the plan is to do a lower AQ map with no donations, just so we can get some, basic glory coming in every week, and that'll free up my roster for content. So first and foremost, my goal is to finish Labyrinth. I really like putting together the Labyrinth videos. I really like doing the breakout one-shot videos. I have a few more in mind that I'm definitely looking forward to doing. So after that, I want to do at least a first run through the rest of Act 6, maybe work on exploration some more. I don't have the required champs for Abyss, so that's, I think, still a ways off. And I don't know, if we're planning on just kind of making this alliance like a temporary thing, or if we're going to try and build it up. I'm not even thinking about that right now. I really just want a break from the daily alliance grind, as it were. The other thing that I want to try is live streaming. So I actually got a fancy pants microphone for Christmas that I've been using for the last 3 months or so. I've been playing around with getting Streamlabs set up, so sometime I think in the near future you can look forward to that. I really like helping other players, and I have this weird, almost like encyclopedic knowledge of interactions and champions and whatnot. So if I can connect with others, on a stream and help, I think I will probably really enjoy doing that. But it's a bit outside of my comfort zone, probably. Which is why I haven't done it already, even though it's something I've wanted to try. So I've kind of talked for quite a long time here, and so thank you if you stuck through the whole thing. More so than usual, I would love to hear what you think about what I've said today regarding war, or feeling burned out, or officer duties and whatnot. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you are thinking. There are a lot of really good players left in Rogue Tech who didn't want to leave. So respect to them. And I'm not gonna call anybody out because I don't want to miss anybody. But yeah, thank you to all them there, and it was a pleasure playing with you for as long as I did. That's about it. So I would appreciate hitting that like button. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next time.